Plaintiff Ashadi Lyles was married to the defendant, and they have 3 children. Ashadi admits that she cheated on the defendant one time, but she claims the defendant had an ongoing affair with another woman. Ashadi divorced the defendant, and she's suing because she claims he bleached her clothes. Defendant Andre Alexander admits that he had an affair while married to Ashadi, and says Ashadi could not get over it. Yet she wanted him to forgive her for cheating. Andre insists Ashadi damaged his property first, so he's countersuing.
Start with you.
Okay, well, I've been knowing Andre for over 20 years now. We met in high school. We were married in 2010. We got divorced April 13th of this year. It was finalized. We have 3 children together. Our relationship, for the most part, has been, okay. I would say starting in 2015, we started having issues within our marriage as far as infidelity, financial issues with him, supporting me with the rent and other responsibilities that we had as far as our children. So there were infidelity, there was issues. He had an affair, and I'm not going to say that I wasn't totally innocent. I, did things that I shouldn't have done or had an incident with one individual outside of my marriage. But upon talking to the woman that he was having an affair with, it seemed like it was ongoing, and it was something that he was trying to start a whole new relationship. We all make mistakes, in a relationship or throughout a marriage.
Just don't make them for how? What's the time limit?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Don't make them for 2 weeks?
Anything under 2 weeks is fine.
Under 2 weeks is fine. I don't know. Understand. She said she made a mistake and hers is only once.
Right.
So his is worse, so I need to know what's worse.
Yeah. Multiple occasions.
Okay, what's multiple? 4? Over 4 is
probably
what?
over 4.
Over 4,
when
you
I
get divorced.
Okay.
Under 4, you're all right.
You're right.
So you're all right. All right, he's the one. Shouldn't have went over 4. You would have still been married. Let me hear your side.
Well, as she stated, I've been knowing her since junior high, high school. We have 3 kids together. For the most part, it was all right. But around, like she said, we was married in 2010, 2015, we started having problems. As she said, I cheated, but...
Over 4 times?
Not over 4 times.
Well then!
Wow!
I only cheated with one
problem.
person. That's why I let
I got
her
Under
speak.
4 was cool.
Your Honor,
So
I got confirmation from the other woman that it was
can I remarry you?
No, it was more than 4, Your Honor.
If he proves that it was 4, can I remarry you? Go ahead, sir. I'm just having fun with you guys. You looking so distraught and been out of shape. Let's lighten it up, man. Lighten it up. You all divorced now, but during the marriage, she said it was relatively fine.
Like she said, I had an affair. I let her bash me out about it. Come to find out why she's bashing me about me cheating. She tells me she cheated with somebody. She couldn't let my cheating go, but her one incident was cool. So we separated. After that, we tried to, I guess, reconcile. Anything I did or anything.
Counseling?
No.
How old are your children?
The oldest will be 18, and our youngest are twins of 9.
A solid family. This troubles me to hear that a 20-year relationship where at least the first 15 years were fine. I didn't hear her say you were abusive. I didn't hear her say that the children didn't like you or that you beat the kids or you never came home or that you gave your money away to women on the street or at the liquor store or at the bar or at the dope house or at the casino. Seems like you all could have worked this out. I'm disappointed. It's not too late to go to counseling. I'm kidding about getting remarried, but people do it all the time. I know some folks who have been married 3 times to each other. Married, divorced, married, divorced, married. And that one lasted. So give yourselves at least 2 more times. How's that? It just sounds so good. I'm sorry to hear that you all did this and couldn't work it out, perhaps with marriage counseling. But give us some thought. $5,000 for damaged property. How does he owe you for this?
Okay, January 14th of 2017, I came across the phone records of the defendants, and I noticed that he was having a conversation with a particular individual. By a number, you can't tell who it is. He stated that it was a coworker, it was nothing going on. We got into an altercation, as he usually does when I bring up things that I have concerns or questions about. He gets defensive. When he gets defensive, he starts to yell, he starts to argue, regardless of if the kids are around, he doesn't care. The argument led to me contacting this other particular woman because I didn't feel he was being forefront. He wasn't being honest. Upon contacting the woman, she stated that they weren't having a sexual affair. However, they were talking. They work together. So my question to Andre is, well, why are you talking to her so much? When I look at the phone bill, it's like 2 hours, 50 minutes, and it's all during the times when I'm not around. You work with her, you see her at work, you're talking to her before you go to work, you talk to her when you get off of work. What's going on? Mm-hmm. He can come up with, it was always, she's asking me about a car, she asked me about this. I'm like, are you the only guy in Los Angeles she can ask? She doesn't have other male friends?
Was he a mechanic?
No.
Okay.
No. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So anyway, she had asked him if he had moved back home, with his wife, and he told her he did not, which was not the case. So in my opinion, it's like you're trying to keep both options open, and that's the reason why we're in the turmoil that we're in now. Why not just be honest? When I find out evidence or phone bills say something else, then you want to back, it's not this, it's not that.
So how we get to the property that was damaged?
Okay, so after we had an argument about this particular woman that he was supposedly seeing or not seeing, I asked him, I said, well, it's probably best if you just leave. At that time, we weren't really living together. He had a few things over my house. We had already separated the previous year. When he wouldn't voluntarily leave, I started to take his things outside. He refused to leave. He then grabbed a bottle of bleach, and he then he bleached all my clothes. The clothes that was in my closet, I had clothes folded up.
So he was the first one to initiate damaging property?
Correct. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you called me setting his things outside,
no?
damaging property. I didn't damage his property, but I did set his things outside first. Okay. And as a result of that, he then took the bleach and started to damage my clothes.
Okay, you have a list?
Yes,
sir,
I have evidence, sir.
Me?
I have pictures.
Well,
all right.
We got into argument. I said, I'm finna leave. I started getting my stuff out, sitting it outside on the porch. As I'm going back in to get the rest of my things, Miss Lyles is taking my brand new shoes. Everybody kind of know I'm a shoe man. So she knows what shoes are my favorite, what shoes I like. She takes my shoes, start chunking them over the fence, over the wall, throwing them in the trash can. I tell her over several times, leave my stuff alone. Just let me get my stuff so I can leave. In the midst of that, I had just bought a brand new bottle of bleach and some trash bags to the house. I kept telling her, leave my stuff alone. On the couch was a pile of not just Miss Lyle's clothes, because it was also my clothes as well.
That's not true.
I grabbed the pile of the clothes, take them outside, throw them on the ground right next to where my stuff is. She takes another pair of my white shoes, brand new shoes, she chunks them over the fence. One in the trash can is messed up. I reach over right there.
See your pictures as well. She has pictures. So this the damaged property you're countersuing for?
Yes, sir.
I hear why you say you put the bleach on because she kept messing with your things, but did you get it back? Was it damaged? You want
yes.
$3,100. Sounds like if she was throwing them over the fence, you could have gotten them back. If you saw her throw them in the garbage, you could have pulled it out.
I got them out and went and got the stuff, but the stuff was damaged. I mean, I had
damaged in what way?
The shoes, one pair of shoes was blue suede, brand new. So when she threw them over the wall, it was moist outside, and she threw them in kind of a wet, muddy area for the blue suede.
All right, ma'am, did you do these things? You threw us things over the fence and in the garbage? Not one piece?
I did, like I said, place his things outside.
But no, you didn't throw any over the fence or in the garbage?
Yeah, I threw his shoes in the garbage, yes, sir.
When is your divorce completed?
It was completed this year of April.
Did you all bring this property damage issue up to that judge?
Well, no, because before this incident, everything was filed, but it hadn't been turned in.
Well, you can still amend it and turn it in because that judge has already heard everything regarding property. That is under his jurisdiction. You all divorced while this was pending. You all had knowledge that this had occurred. This should have been part of your property claim. You should have said during that divorce hearing, Judge, she owes me $3,000 for gym shoes and clothes. Judge, he owes me $5,000 for the things that he did to my property and the bleach. And then the judge would have said, okay, I'm either going to assess a charge or divide the property that gives you $3,000 more for your shoes, or my property division decision is to disallow that. That was that judge's purview. I can't reopen his case, his or her case. Hopefully it's a woman. We need more women judges. I can't reopen her case. She has to reopen it herself. You all have to amend the decision. You have to submit a petition to amend your divorce decree, saying there was new information that wasn't included. At this point, I have to dismiss your case. I have no jurisdiction. All this happened before your divorce. Your divorce occurred. You didn't mention it. Now you got to go and reopen it and see if you can mention it then. Have a good day. Both your claims dismissed.
At this point, I just want to co-parent and move on with my life. I'm done with the situation and trying to amend what seems to be broken. It's never going to be fixed.
I'm just happy for the situation to be over with and done with. That's it.